Off the top rope with this one. What's up, David? What we debating today, Magnus? It's time to start the show. It's time to start the show. Off the top rope, 4-figure leg lock. Ric Flair with the chest chop. Haters wondering how I never tap out. A young king like DeMarcus. Undertaker with a coffin. Choke slam so often. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Man, the boy keep flossing. Man, the boy keep talking. I'm with David. I'm with Marcus. And I got something to say. Yeah, and I got something to say. And I got something to say. Let's start the show. Yeah.
How's it going, wrestling fans and everybody who loves sports entertainment? You're here at the No Holds Barred podcast. And this episode is a two-part episode, two-hit combo, more or less. So this episode is going to surround the question of who is the MVP of 2016, and also what are our predictions as to what's going to happen in the WWE in 2017. So, first question, who's the MVP? I'll go first. Who I believe is the MVP of 2016 is the man, the face who runs the place, the champ who runs the camp. I'm messing up, sorry. AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. This is a man who had the stain or the stench, so to speak, of TNA. This is a guy who's known as one of the wrestlers, one of the internet darlings, also considered as a vanilla midget, but also nevertheless made a name for himself in TNA. When the WWE called him, he was in New Japan Pro Wrestling. This man was in talks of three companies, TNA, WWE, and also New Japan Pro Wrestling. They wanted to keep him, but he actually chose to take that leap of faith over to the WWE, and boy did he make such an impression. He shocked the world in the Royal Rumble. He didn't necessarily have to win in order to create some buzz for himself. This man had a great program and feud with Chris Jericho, went on to be the WWE world champion. Also, this man is one of the few people who bypassed the NXT form. Absolutely, this man is.
I so expected that from you.
Really?
I expected that from you.
You expect?
I respect the pick. Don't get me wrong.
It's all facts.
But I respect the pick, but I don't agree with it. But you got your facts, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna wait my turn.
It's all facts.
The floor is yours, Sid.
Look, you guys might say I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. You guys, I don't know how you'll feel about it, but I have to go with Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte
Flair. She did
okay.
The Raw dominance.
Old MVP.
She took
Not
over the
pick.
whole women's division. She literally went through all the competition. She brutalized Sasha Banks on plenty of times, and she's just allergic to losing. She just can't.
And prove that women. Actually, she proved me wrong. Because I actually thought that women cannot compete in a Hell in a Cell. I figured
told you on that
get hurt more or less. So she made me eat my words.
Brothers, I respect both your picks. Both are deserving of MVP candidacy. I know why you picked them, and I respect it. But I gotta disagree with you guys. AJ Styles, very sexy pick. He is, to me, pound for pound, the best full-time wrestler they got. Not including John Cena, because he's drifting to part-time. I think he's their biggest full-time star at this point. Is that fair for me to say? That's how much credit I'm willing to give him. He's full-time on a night-to-night basis. He's probably an athlete, and he rules supreme over them. But I got news for you. Not to be sexist or anything. But nothing a woman could ever do in their division could transcend the number of male main event matches that happens in the year, the number of male moments that happen, the number of male great promos that happen. Nothing they do, the women could amount to that unless they had their own program and dedicated to women, which will never happen. I'm going to tell you who the real MVP is while you guys sit there and pick the sexy expected picks in sports entertainment in the year 2016. Let's start with this. The man has made the Intercontinental Champion mean a ton. Mean almost as much as a world champion, God forbid. Back in the day when Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart and the Ultimate Warriors and the Randy Savages were winning the Intercontinental title, you want to know what made it special? Was the fact that great main event caliber talents were winning that belt.
Wow.
Not to mention,
you guys,
you're not listening, your minds are made up. This is what you guys do.
Go ahead, man.
You want to know what made the title? It was essentially the upper mid-card title. It was the unspoken upper mid-card title. Once you knew a guy had that, you knew they could flip and flop in and out the main event and be in the upper mid-card from time to time, and that elevated them and helped them be relevant. Number two, he got Talking Smack on the map. Talking Smack is like the #1 talking point on the WWE network. Legit, no hyperbole. He got them on the map. He reinvented himself. Nobody knows better than you, me, or Marcus that in order to stay relevant for a long time in the WWE, you got to be willing to adapt. You got to be willing to tweak. He tweaked it with getting Maurice in. And as much as it was predictable, and I didn't like how long they dragged it out, he bought a lot out of Ziggler. He bought something out of Ziggler that Ziggler hasn't had out in a while. I'm not a fan, but let's be objective here. He bought a lot out of.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Can I ask you? What he's doing now? Hasn't it been done already?
No.
He's
making the Intercontinental title. You making the Intercontinental Championship relevant in 2016. Mid-card titles were suffering. You remember 09, 10?
Here's the deal, David. You said 2016.
Hold on.
All he's done was have one ladder match.
Hold on. Before you go, I don't mean to interrupt you. I forgot this point, and
Okay.
I got to insert this,
Right.
and I think it's underrated. I don't know if Daniel Bryan's really going to come back, but he's so good at the art of working the audience that if Daniel Bryan's really never going to come back, he instilled that doubt and that belief that maybe Daniel Bryan could come back to shut us back up. That's so hard to do with the internet. He got us hooked. He knows how to work us.
His mic skills.
And this chance Daniel Bryan might come back because of him. That wasn't planned. That was all organic.
All right, so here's the deal, right? So if The Miz is so good, right? I mean, and trust me, I'm not denying the ability of The Miz.
He's that to keep that level sustainable. If Miz leaves that where he's at, it falls. He's literally holding it up.
I do agree. I do agree.
There's no need for him to go up there right
Miz
now.
can be.
He's
anywhere.
good in his lane,
But he can be. Anywhere.
He could be in the tag division.
Yeah,
he could be.
I do agree with you on that.
He's
but
versatility personified.
You could be a lot higher on the card then.
And
It's
just
like
because he ain't
it's
an
like
indie
Rich Marshall
darling
with The
or
Miz.
he ain't the famous woman Charlotte is, you guys are gonna write him off.
No. I'm not writing him off. But what he's doing has been done already. You can't
He
be.
took it to another level.
You can't be an
He took it
MVP
to
doing the whole women division on her back.
But women don't.
On her back.
But women don't.
And she's the
let's
reason
be
why
honest.
it's relevant.
Women will have great matches, and Charlotte has great matches and promos and all of that. But they don't have the consistency that the men do.
I think Charlotte just changed that.
Nah, I don't. Even
What?
her.
Can
Even
I-
her.
When is the last
Do
time
they have the consistency
You are
on a week to
probably
week? On a
the
week.
biggest Ric Flair fan that I know. I'm surprised you're not agreeing with your brother.
No, I love me some Charlotte, but.
Yeah.
Nah, she's not. It doesn't measure up to the amount of matches and promos AJ Styles and Miz are conducted. I would have her third place out of all this.
No, she can't.
But back to just like the entire subject on the matter of The Miz. That is, it's just he only appeals to just like casual fans. He doesn't really appeal to the wrestling community, well, the online community, that is, more or less, because he didn't come in.
He doesn't have
the
to.
indies, more or less. He was brought in through the system.
That's the beauty of it.
Ah, man.
He is everything. He has everything. He has the woman you want. He has the success you want. And he backs it up and sneaks away with the belt no matter what every time you count him out. How can you not hate a guy like that? And how can you not respect a guy who made it this far off of not being expected to make it
He's
this
great at
far?
what he does.
He's
I
the
respect
MVP of 2016.
Seems like he'll only go so far with that. But speaking of 2017, let's go ahead another year, all right? So we got to go into some of the bold predictions for 2017 because there's been a lot of bold statements on the show today. So, Sammy, what's your bold prediction for 2017? What do you think's gonna happen?
3 of them. You got 3 of them.
Yeah. I have 3 of them. I'm gonna put the first 2 together. I'm gonna say, I think both The Undertaker and Chris Jericho will touch World Gold in 2017.
The Undertaker. Wow.
So you
And
think
Chris
Undertaker's not hanging
And
it
Chris
up?
Jericho.
So you think he's sticking around?
No, Undertaker's gonna stick around.
On a consistent
You think
basis?
so?
I think he can do it a little bit. Just like when you've seen him against the Shield.
I think he can do it, but I don't think he will do it.
And I don't think he can physically do it.
I think he can physically do it.
I don't think so.
We've been saying that for the last 4 years.
We have been saying that. He comes back.
And he keeps doing it. He's like a Brett Favre.
Yeah, but it's like once a year, twice a year. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady, this dude constantly plays games back to back, more or less. You know what I mean? And it's just Undertaker, he's a part-time status. Let's just call it spade a spade. I'll give you Chris Jericho. Okay, I think he could touch championship gold in 2017.
I think they'll both touch the gold. And my second one, I don't know if David's going to like this. He might hate me on this one. But I do think the New Day will split up in 2017. You know, all of them will go do their separate things.
I'll co-sign.
Have their own characters, you know. Maybe two out of three of them will make the next hump, maybe. And also, my last one, I think the Cruiserweight division will switch over to SmackDown Live pretty soon.
Honestly, what I said, I don't know if David told you, but I actually thought that the Cruiserweight division should have been on SmackDown originally. If you got more Ronaldo on the show, then why not have him put him over like he did in the Cruiserweight Classics, more or less, you know?
All right, I'll go with my first prediction. You may think I'm crazy, but the crop of veterans, Big Show, meaning Big Show, Mark Henry, R-Truth, Kane, The Undertaker, those last breed of like old school attitude era-ish veterans, I think all their careers come to an end in 2017. I don't know if it will be in the beginning, the middle, or the end, but I think this is their last. I really think they're all really happen to be on their way out. Yeah. Kind of like Kobe Garnett and Tim Duncan all went out in the same year. I think those vets, they done everything they could do.
Yeah.
I think Big Show's already been on record to say his match with Shaq might be the last. Kane, we're seeing Kane less and less. We're seeing Mark Henry less and less. You know,
I don't know about Undertaker. I think you might have to take Undertaker.
I think Cena, this upcoming match with Cena, I think it's going to be done, and I think his career really is going to be on the line, and he's going to lose.
Really?
I think either he loses to Cena and Cena, either he takes a second out, or he wins the WWE Championship with Cena and then just retires champion, lets it go, rides off into the sunset. That's how I would paint it, at least.
I'm gonna come back to you on that.
All right.
Okay, and I believe I'll have the boldest statement right now. I believe, and I'll stand by this statement, so you just hold me to it. I believe that John Cena is going to officially turn heel in 2017 because he planted seeds on SmackDown. He says he doesn't care about a new era. He said seeds. This is the my time is now era, and I believe that he's going to defeat AJ Styles, you know, for the championship, 16. And then turn heel because, he'll have that 16th championship reign, and boom, that's the perfect time to turn him heel because now he has all the accolades under his belt. And I think eventually, yes, he will wrestle The Undertaker, and I think ultimately he'll defeat The Undertaker and continue to be that big heel because John Cena is a continuous player in the WWE. He is an ambassador. He is what everybody aspires to be in the WWE, but now it's time to take it another level. And I believe John Cena has a lot of years going for him, but if he continues to be a face, then it's just like it'll be dry and stale, and the majority of the crowd doesn't like him, so it's like, why not feed into that?
And but you want to talk, but to count on you on that one, I don't think he's heel or face. I think he's
whatever you need him.
I think he just is what it is.
I mean,
he's always going to be what it is.
You know? I hear you, but he has the heelness in him back when he was the Doctor of Thugonomics. I mean, he can be evil.
That was a long time.
You know what I mean? And why not bring it back?
I think he lost touch with that form.
I think he still got it. Absolutely.
I think my second bold prediction. This is off the wall bold, but I based off the reports and rumors, I'm hearing that WWE might forgive him and, you know, mend the relationship. We will see Batista in some type of appearance, whether it's a promo, whether it's an attack on him, whether it's a match. I think we see an appearance by Dave Batista in 2017.
I don't know.
Can you dig that?
I don't know. I mean, he kind of left on bad terms and said, you know, that Titus O'Neil shouldn't have been suspended.
I'm reading that they're starting to promote some of his endeavors and that, you know, he's not totally opposed, and something tells me that it's a situation like when Brock Lesnar left. Like, Brock Lesnar wanted to do other projects in the MMA and football world, but him coming back and doing those other projects enhanced him and made him better than he was before, character-wise. And I think that could do the same for Batista. Him getting a real rep in Hollywood could do him wonders in a comeback.
That's possible.
I mean, the question is,
I think it's within the realm of possibility.
But I don't think he would want to do it more or less because he's making tons of money in Hollywood. Why would he want to come back?
Rock did a match.
Wrestle,
Even Rock did 2 matches.
One-off appearances, but not on a continuous effort.
I don't think it's going to be continuous. I think he'll come back. Listen to what I said. Whether it's a match, whether it's an appearance, whether it's an attack, or whether it's some storyline, I think we see him.
It would have to be the perfect opponent, but
it would have to be. It would have to be the perfect opponent.
Who do you think he faces?
If it was to happen, I would really want to see Brock Lesnar.
Lesnar?
I would really want to see that. It's never happened
That's
before.
a match.
They're the only 2 out of that draft class, out of Cena. They're the only Randy Orton. They're the only pairing that never happened.
I would dig that.
It's like Guardians of the Galaxy come to life. Like those big guys. Like,
and they were in the same class. They came up together. You know, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. If you agree with us, if you believe our predictions will come true, if you have predictions of your own, please leave those predictions in the comments section. Continue to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook at the No Dash Holds Barred Podcast, and also follow us on our Instagram page at the T.N.H.B_podcast. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we'll hold your attention and have a happy New Year.
Let's start the show. Yeah.